Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Marvel Rivals. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys a quick guide on how to use Moon Knight. Whenever I'm playing a competitive match, I don't really see a lot of Moon Knight players. It's mostly, Iron Fist, Winter Soldier. It's mostly broken characters. I will say Moon Knight is really cracked. He's underrated, and that's the main reason why I'm making this video, so that you guys can actually know how to use this unit, and you'll be able to use him in competitive match and go crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some tips, some tricks, and then I want to go to a ranked match and we're going to play with our Moon Knight. So first things first. So of course you have these skills in the bottom right screen right here. So he has double jump, right? You come over here, boom. He has that double jump, which is really, really good because there's going to be certain situations where if you have, let's say, a Hawkeye who's trying to aim at you, you can, use the double jump so that you can make hard for the Hawkeye to actually land a headshot. So the double jump can be very useful for situations where enemies, you know, they one shot with headshot. Then you want to prevent that from happening by doing double jump. And then besides the double jump, we also have his grapple. So if I click F right here, you have this grapple. Boom. Now I will say the disadvantage to this grapple is that it takes him a long time to actually activate. Like in order for him to grapple on and get away from the position he's currently in. And the reason why it's a disadvantage is because let's say you have two enemies or three enemies who are pretty much jumping you, and you want to get out that position so that you can have some range and deal some damage, or you want to just get away so that you can receive some kills from your team. Well, the startup animation for his grapple is really fucking slow. You guys can see right here the amount of time it takes for him to actually grapple, latch on, and just fly away takes him a long time. So what I would do is whenever I see enemies, I would pretty much pre-fire his grapple attack so that just in case enemies are about to attack me, I'm already flying away. Let's say I'm attacking this Luna Snow and she starts attacking me. Go ahead, pre-fire it immediately. Use that double jump and start gliding so that you can get out really, really quick. You don't want to just, fight the enemy face to face. And then once they have their aim on you, then you want to use the grapple and then, try to get away. It's not going to work. You're going to get completely destroyed. You want to use it especially when you're doing a double jump, and then use it right here, boom, and then use that glide. That's like the best way to do it. You don't want to just stand there like a fucking idiot and then press F for grapple. It's just not gonna look good. So that's one thing for the grapple. You have to be very careful when it comes to the grapple. Now, besides the grapple, you pretty much have your basic attack right here. So you have this. This attack is cracked. It is so cracked because if you have a group of enemies who are in one spot, this basic attack will pretty much ricochet and it would attack multiple enemies at once. So think of it as like a boomerang or like Captain America's shield that's going to attack multiple people. That's what's really good about this basic attack. I feel like the basic attack is very strong for Moon Knight. But of course, you do have to reload. It's not infinite ammo. You do have to reload your boomerang. So I will say the basic attack is very, very strong. And then of course you have your heavy attack right here. Boom. It was, pretty decent amount of damage, but I will say the basic attack is way more important because, you'll be able to attack multiple enemies if they're in one spot. So the way that I usually, use my basic attack, I would just like, go for the headshots, right? Go for the headshots. That's it, because of course headshots deal a lot more damage. When it comes to the heavy attack, no, it doesn't. I don't think you can actually get like a head like you. I don't think you get like a headshot with the heavy attack, because if I'm aiming directly at Luna Snow's head right here, like the headshot doesn't really activate. But when I do basic attack, boom. So basic attack does a lot more damage, especially when you get the headshots. When it comes to heavy attack, so if I aim for her body and I do heavy attack, that's how much damage it deals. That's the basic attack. But for heavy attack, it deals just a little bit less damage. So I will say basic attack is way better than heavy attack. You want to use the basic attack way more. I would just combo the heavy attack with the basic attack whenever I'm attacking somebody with my basic attack. Let's just make this Lunasoul refresh. So what I would do is basic attack, heavy attack. You know what I'm saying? you don't want to just use heavy attack by itself. You want to combo it with basic attack. Now, the best part about Moon Knight is this skill right here. So some of you guys might think, what's the point of this skill? How do you even like how do you make this skill work? What happens? What's the point? Because when I first used this skill, I thought it was like a buffing field, where like if you're standing inside of the air, you deal more damage. But no, it's not that. It's like when you're using your basic attacks, right? So let's say I'm throwing my boomerang, right? Whatever these are. It's not going to attack Luna Snow. But let's say I'm directly attacking this right here. Look what's going to happen. You guys see that, right? So this is so fucking cracked because it doesn't matter where the enemy is. As long as they're standing within the field, they will always receive damage no matter what. So if I target this right here, look at that. Doesn't matter where the enemy is at. So is there any way for me to destroy this? Let me set one right here real quick. So you guys can see the Luna Snow is standing outside of this field right here. So we're going to go ahead and attack this one. Now look what happens. Nothing happens because Luna Snow is not standing on this field. So you want to make sure that whenever you're using this skill, you mostly want to use it when like it's really like you mostly want to use this skill when there's a group of enemies in one spot, or let's say they're trying to capture a zone. That's when you want to use this skill. But of course, it's really easy for enemies to get rid of these. This right here. I need to figure out what this is. What is this called? Let me see what this is actually called real quick. So this is called Ancient Ink. I'm just gonna say an Ancient Ink. So whenever you activate this Ancient Ink, you want to make sure that there are a group of enemies standing on this field. Never do it when like you have enemies who are very quick when it comes to movement. For example, Luna Snow, she can easily get out of the field, right? So you want to make sure that you're using it against, tank units. You want to use it against enemies who are standing in one area, group of enemies, and you'll be able to deal insane damage, and you'll be able to get like a triple or a pentakill when you're using this skill. So never use it on just one enemy. Sometimes you can do it, but it's mostly effective against, a group of enemies. So we're going to go ahead and just, throw another one down. And you guys can see that you can only activate 2. So whenever I try to activate 3, the other one is going to pretty much disappear. And then the one that I just summoned is going to pretty much be summoned. It's pretty much replacing the first one that I summoned at first. So once again, you want to make sure that when you're using this skill, enemies are actually within this field. If they're not in this field, they won't be able to receive any damage, and the boomerang is not going to track them. Now we take a look at his ultimate. So this is his ultimate right here. We go ahead and pop this. Like our Q. This is his ultimate. His ultimate is pretty simple. It does a lot of damage. It's just AoE damage. That's pretty much it. AoE damage. That's it. Ultimate, plain and simple. So now that we pretty much covered, the basics of his kit, we got the skills right here. This is like the most important one. The Ancient Ink, whatever. I'm just gonna call this the Ancient Totem. Plain and simple. Ancient Totem. Once he throws down these totems, you'll be able to, track enemies with your boomerang as long as the enemies are standing in the field. You got the double jump, you got the grapple, and you also have the glide as well. Yes, you have the glide. The glide is pretty useful, really, really useful. Helps you travel a lot faster. Really, really nice. All right, so now let's go and talk about some tips and tricks. So when it comes to the tips and tricks, they're mostly going to be tips revolving around the ancient totems, which is this skill right here. Placements. Placements are very important because, like I said, enemies can easily destroy this. You want to make sure that enemies can't actually see this ancient totem, but you can still deal damage by throwing your boomerang at it. Of course, they're going to find out where the ancient totem is and they're going to destroy it, but what really matters is, can you kill them before they find it? That's what really matters. Let's go ahead and talk about placement. So we come over here, like the spawn, right? We come to the enemy spawn. So let's say enemies, they're coming through this door right here. They're trying to spawn in before the battle starts. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and place one totem, right? You can place a totem right here. And then when enemies walk through this, they won't really see it because the plant is pretty much blocking the way. Or you can put a totem like up front, like on top of the door right here. You guys can see that the range of the totem, it pretty much covers the entire door. And then you can just come up here. Let's say you're just waiting for the enemies to jump through. You're up here, and let's say you have a tank character like Groot or Venom. They're pretty much distracting the enemy. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna stand right here and just attack this. And whenever enemies come through that door, they're gonna receive hella damage. So like this right here, this trick is really, really good. I don't think this map is in competitive. Yeah, it's not in competitive. But when you guys are entering a match, and let's say you are a defender and you have the ability to pretty much wait for the enemy to come out their spawn location, their spawn door, you can just put one ancient totem on top of the door, stand there, and just fucking spam the fuck out of them. Just stand there and just spam them. But of course, you want to make sure that you're actually, running around so that they won't, kill you. Because if you're just standing there like a bot and just aiming at this and attacking it, they're going to kill you. So you want to make sure that you're, continuously moving around, continuously attacking this. But the whole point of this is to make sure that you're buying time. Since you are the defender, you're buying time. So keeping them in spawn point, very, very dope. And this tactic right here is very nice. You just stand here and just spam the hell out of them. Now, a mistake that you guys should avoid at all costs is never aim your skill directly at the enemy, because the totem pole is going to go through the enemy. So let's say, for example, we have this bot right here. I aim my skill at him. Boom, I throw it. It goes right through their body. So never aim your skill directly at the enemy. It's not going to end well. It's going to go straight through them and just hit a wall, and you won't be able to do any sort of damage to them. As you guys can see, it's just not going to do anything at all, because the enemy, they're not even near um the ancient totem. So you want to make sure that whenever you're throwing this, put it like on the ground right here, pulls enemies to the center. There you go. So always throw it at the ground, or you can throw it behind the enemy so that they won't really see you throwing it down. So you throw it behind them, it pulls them back. Look at that. Really insane. So yeah, that's one of the biggest mistakes I've seen people make when they're using Moon Knight, is that they would aim their totem directly at the enemy and it would just go right through their body. That's just, nah, that's an epic fail, bro. You're gonna get absolutely clapped if you do this, because the enemy, they're gonna realize that you're pretty much in cooldown and you can't throw another totem, so they're just gonna clap you. So the only thing you can pretty much do is, you have to just, see if you can actually land headshots. So once again, never throw your totems directly at the enemy. It's going to go right through their body. Now, this tactic right here is actually pretty good. Of course, it's not going to be 100% effective, but it can work in some situations. So, for example, you guys can see right here, imagine this little spot right here is like a void, empty void. Whenever you're like in a match, there are those, certain spots where if you jump down, you die, because that's just out of bounds. So let's just imagine this little spot right here as a void, empty void, out of bounds. And then we have Luna Snow right here. So one good thing about, the totem, I mean, I said it before, is that the totem can actually bring enemies to the center. So you can actually use this to your advantage. So let's say the enemy is close to, like, dying, like they're close to jumping out of bounds and they're pretty much going to die. You can use this, right? I throw this down, boom. It's going to pull them out. The range isn't that huge, but you can use this as an advantage, because the enemy, if you pull them out of bounds, they have to do three things. Number one, they have to focus on recovering from dying, recovering from falling out of bounds, or they have to focus on eliminating these totems, right? Or they have to eliminate you. So they're focusing on three things. Meanwhile, you're just standing there fucking chilling and you're just spamming them with attacks. So this tactic is really useful, especially when enemies are close to falling out of the ring or out of the battlefield. You can use these totems to pull them out. Let me throw this down one last time right here. There we go. Let me pull it one more time. Let's put one right here. So it's going to pull them out. And let's say they're falling and they're trying to recover. While they're trying to recover, this is what you're doing. Look at that. It's really useful. So Whenever you see an enemy close out of bounds, make sure you actually throw a totem down, like really, really close to them right here. So I throw one right here, or I could throw another one right here. Here we go. And then you do this. I'll say 90% of the time you're gonna win because the enemy, they're focusing on three things: recovering, destroying these totems, and eliminating you. And you're pretty much just standing there, just attacking them. That's all you're doing. So 90% of the time, you're gonna win. Meanwhile, for them, I don't think they're gonna win most of the time, unless you're like a brain dead player who don't know, if you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, you're gonna catch a L. But if you actually use your brain, then I'll say 90% of the time you'll actually win that 1v1 situation. All right, let's go ahead and start this match, man. So hopefully this team is actually not bad because once again, I can give you guys over a million tips on Moon Knight. If you have a terrible team, you're gonna lose. You're gonna have a bad performance. It really depends on how good your team is. So hopefully, we got some intelligent people on this team. So are we gonna run double? Seems like we're not gonna run double DPS. Okay, damn it, dude. Wait, actually, no, we're running triple heal, one tank, double heal. I don't think that's good, man. The meta is pretty much two tanks, two DPS, and two healers. That's the meta. Or three tanks and three healers. That's the meta. But maybe we'll win without the meta. We'll see. Okay, the match is lagging like crazy right now. What the fuck? What was that? That was just bad. We have a Hawkeye over there. I apologize, guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on. There we go. We got our first kill right there. That was an easy kill. We got another guy right there. Easy kills right there. We got a Hawkeye. We gotta get rid of that guy. That was a bad placement. Oh, we got it. Heals, 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 heals. Thank you. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright. We gotta get away. Nice. Good, 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 good. We're looking pretty good so far. Okay, one thing I noticed is that Magneto can actually block the ancient totem. He can block it. So whenever you see a Magneto and he creates that shield, make sure that you don't actually throw your totem at him because it's going to disappear. So yeah, enemies can actually block that. That's why I always tell you guys, don't aim your totem directly at the enemy. Aim it on the ground. because they can't do anything about that. The only thing they can do is destroy it after you place it on the ground. Okay. They're aggressive this match. I'm gonna place a totem. This one. Okay, we got a Moon Knight on the enemy team. We got to be careful. Hawkeye's just waiting for me to peek. Okay, let me go and move because they know my position. I'm the better Moon Knight. Oh, what is this fucking lag, man? Come on, dude. We got a sniper up there. Oh, shit. What the fuck? What was that? Oh, that was Black Widow. All right, we got ultimate. I mean, since we got like a couple seconds left, might as well just pop it when I get there. This lag is ridiculous. I don't understand why the game is all of a sudden having terrible performance. The fuck? Okay, oh. Nice. Good match, man. Good match. So we won both matches. We pretty much won that. How many kills we got there? 17. That's actually not that bad. Did we get MVP? I don't think we did. I don't think we got MVP for that match. We didn't get a triple kill. Yeah. Yeah, this player was actually pretty good. So, yeah, man. That was pretty nice, man. That was a really nice match. In conclusion, Moon Knight, what I can say about this unit is that the way that you want to use him is of course you want to use him as like a range DPS unit. Whenever you're going up against enemies, if you're doing a 1v1, you never want to fight them face to face. It's just not gonna work because if, for example, Spider-Man will fuck you up because he is fast, he is really quick, and it's really hard for you to hit your shots against a Spider-Man. So if you're going up against an enemy who has a lot of speed and a lot of mobility, it's going to be very hard for Moon Knight to actually track with his, boomerangs. That's why you have to use his totems in order for you to always track the enemy no matter where they are, as long as they're standing within that field. So overall, Moon Knight is such an amazing unit. I just have to practice with him a lot more. But I feel like the more I use this character, the better I'll be. And of course, my aim is to be top 1 Moon Knight. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. If this actually helped you out, that makes me happy. Tell me if this actually helped you guys out, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Peace.